Incredible great news as Mitch McConnell gets stimulus ready for Monday. First item of business, stimulus. What day? Monday. This is incredible great news. No more playing around. We're getting it done. Minutes ago, congressional leaders were talking about, okay, what are they getting ready for next? Oh, we're going to do something with the highways. Oh, we're going to do something with climate control. No. We've done that before. You getting behind us. Get behind us. You see the line? It goes all the way back there down the corner. We're doing stimulus on Monday. It's so exciting. We're not doing any of that other stuff. Mitch said, first item of business is one item, stimulus. And boy, what was Sirloin's response? Well, what if I double park the Cadillac in front? No, you are not in first in line. We finally are first in line for stimulus. Hey, good afternoon, everybody. I'm so excited for you because finally someone has your intentions and heart, and it's Mitch McConnell who says, you know what? I don't want to hear about all this other stuff. I don't want to hear about all this other stuff. I don't want to hear about lobsters. Really, Mitch? Is this really Mitch? He doesn't want to hear about lobsters? I want to focus only on stimulus, and that's the only and first item of business. Wow. And today you're going to understand why that's so important, as a lot of noise and chatter is coming from the wings for people that are ready to do their bills, and everyone's saying no, we're doing stimulus. If you've not subscribed to this channel, please subscribe, because this is purple. And in this video I'll be going over why this is so exciting, because there's been so much distraction, and finally that distraction's going away. Please subscribe to this channel, because we're rolling out a lot of new programming today, and this is an exciting day, and I don't want you to miss anything. I'm taped, I'm live, I'm taped. So I want you to ensure that you're subscribed. That way you don't miss any programming. There's breaking developments all throughout the day. Also hit the alert button on the front of this channel so you get an alert when a new video goes live. Sometimes programming is delayed, and I want you to make sure you don't miss a show. Also, like this video. It helps so that this program appears higher in the rankings. In today's video, I'm going to be going over why it's so important to focus on Mitch, where the distractions are coming from, where you should be focusing on grants right now, and what you should be thinking about grants under second stimulus. You know, we always talk about grants, and then we also talk about loans, and there's some people that sort of presume that things come, and I want you to zone in on where the mindset is now, because we're in a new era, and there's a new mindset, and so we're going to get through this together. All right, let's get to the breaking news. The breaking news as you sit here today is that the stimulus package is going to come from Mitch McConnell will not have big, massive, gargantuan grants of $50,000 and $25,000 and $80,000 and may not even have a grant of $10,000. But there are grants out there that are still looming around and sitting around from CARES Act 1. So those grants you can get. But I want you to understand, under the second stimulus package, there will be stuff for you. It just won't be those enormous number grants that were 5 figures that we're always talking about. So what's important for you to understand is to get what you're qualified for right now and get it as quickly, because the money is there. All right, let me go over first what is out there now, and then I'm going to go over what would be in Mitch McConnell's bill for purposes of grants. All right, in this video, let me cover first the existing grants. Under CARES Act 1, there was $150 billion of money dedicated to state and local, and those state and local were to issue grants. It was grant money. And they got that money, and then they were to give it to their cities and counties and then announce grant programs. Those cities and counties are announcing grant programs all over the place. To find those grant programs from cities and counties, this is the first type of grants I'm doing, you need to go on Google News and look for grant plus your name of your city plus CARES Act. act and then do it also for the county. Some are just being announced, some are recent announced, some are coming out, some are new. I've been repeating how to find this. You go on Google News and you search for it. And what's important to understand is that these things are very short. They're out for about 2 weeks, 3 weeks, and then they're gone. And so there's stuff that's coming just now. And this is use or lose. So they have to dedicate the money and use it, or they lose it and they got to return the money. What's important to understand is that these grants apply to a lot of different people. Let me explain the different type of grants that are out there. Some of the grants they're doing are for rent. Some of them they're doing for food. So those two things apply to anyone that's of an economic level or lower. So if you're on SSDI, SSI, Social Security benefits, or a veteran or senior, those apply to you. I had an incredible senior who followed the advice of this channel and found a rent grant, looked at it, found it after I first recorded one of these videos, told her girlfriends about it. They all got their applications in by 5 o'clock that day. They waited. She sent me a message about that. Then a few weeks later, she came back and said, we all got it. Then there's Kevin Lee, one of my OG viewers of this channel, one of my original viewers of this channel. He understood the importance of getting a rent grant. He understood it because he was waiting for something from the federal government. A couple of things, actually. EIDL. And then he was also waiting for his unemployment. And he found a rent grant. How did he find it? Same way. It was local. It was announced. It was a short period of time. He went and applied. He got it. And that made the difference from him. I've had other viewers who have applied for grants that they found just following this advice, and there it was. Ultimately, I can't look for grants for you. There's too many cities and too many counties across the country for me to detail every single grant. And what's important to understand is that these grants are great. They generally apply to income levels of a certain threshold or lower. Next, there is still private grants out there. And those private grants are announced by businesses for ethnicities or for certain types of professions. Then there's grants which are more like a bonus pay, and I usually call them private hazard pay, that are between the employer and the employee. A lot of businesses, and these are the big businesses, the corporate America, that made up a lot of money during the pandemic, they're paying local hazard pay. So these are some of the big box retailers. These are some of the Amazons, the Walmart type businesses. And they are saying, hey, you know what? We gave you bonus pay before. We're going to give you bonus pay again. Be on alert to ensure that you get that money, because it goes to both part-time, full-time, temporary, overtime, even fired employees. You will get it. So I don't want you to miss it. Then, what's important to understand is that the unions are your friends, and they're going to be very vocal in the coming months. Why? Because as unions step up, they're going to be pushing for this, I call it hazard pay, but it's ultimately bonus pay, because their workers are essential workers. If you work in an environment that's not unionized, which a lot of you are not unionized, it's important to reach out to the unionized representative who's similar to your business. Let me give you an example. If you work in a grocery store and it's not unionized, then reach out to the local grocery union, because a lot of those are pushing very hard to get bonus pay paid to you. And it could be a lot of money. Okay, so that brings you up to where we are now. Then we talk about what Mitch is doing for grants, what Mitch is doing potentially for anything similar to grants and loans. And so let me go over that. And let me explain to you what is likely and what is not likely. First, Mitch McConnell and Lindsey Graham said they would do the Problem Solvers bill. Okay, so you got that. Is there grants in there? Yes. Which one? EIDL grant. Is there any other grants? It's hard to tell. Is there any other grants that these two sides have been talking about in recent weeks that they were both happy with? Yes. The CDC grant. That was for frontline workers. Okay. Does Mitch talk about any other grant that he particularly is interested in or would willing to do? Yes. So Mitch said this week that he would give money to state and local, but only for certain purposes and not enormous bailouts. Steve Mnuchin's last statement about that was, okay, I will give money to state and local if it goes right to the essential workers that work for state and local. Yeah. So on that mindset, it's very possible, since Mitch says he would give money to state and local, that ultimately that money for state and local might go to essential workers who work for state and local. So that could be another round of grants for you. What would Mitch not include? Mitch will not include that $50,000 Lifeline grant, which I barely even talk about on this channel because it's sort of silly. I mean, I don't see any person getting a $50,000 grant. I just don't ever see that ever happening. Would you get a $10,000 EIDL grant? Depends what Joe Biden does with Jovita Carranza. What about the remainder of the EIDL grant? Okay, so I haven't made that recording yet. And I think I need to bring Jovita LALATE back for that one. But Jovita Carranza's gone. I mean, Jovita Carranza will be gone in just a few weeks. So when Jovita Carranza's gone, who is the new SBA head? Well, it's a Democrat. Will the new SBA head give you the remainder of the $10,000 grant that you owed before? Well, Democrats had written the letter saying give the remainder of the $10,000 grant to the people that owed it. So could you be getting the remainder of those grant money that you were owed from before? We'll see. I'm not going to bet on this one because first you got to watch Jovita leave, and then you got to see what they're going to do with the person being brought in. And then I have to pull the original letters, which I detailed about the EIDL grant from Congress to SBA, say pay the remainder of the EIDL grant. I think those letters were co-signed by Harris. Yeah, so is she going to push to get that remainder of that money that's outstanding paid? Finally, that $850 billion is sitting around for CARES Act 1 money. Could Mitch use some of that for grants? He could. He absolutely could. The question is, do you want him to? No, of course not. You want him to use it all for stimulus checks. So you see all the twists and turns when we talk about grants. Private grants, public grants, CARES Act 1 grants, and then grants coming up. Finally, the important thing that I need you to understand, and I say this now and then I hear some viewers sort of comment back. EIDL loans do not have a repayment for over a year of any principal or interest. Imagine if you got a $6,000 check in 3 days after watching this video. Imagine you got a $6,000 check in 3 days after watching this video, and you don't have to repay a single penny on it for over a year. Are you going to sit back and say, I don't want it because it's a loan? Well, it's repaid then after the first year over 35 years. You had 35 years to pay back the $6,000. Some people are so adverse to loans in some of the comments. Say, I don't want a loan. I just want free money. When you get the $6,000 in your bank account within 4 or 5 days, and you don't have to pay back a single penny of it for a year, you understand that impact of that money. SBA.gov. Go get an EIDL loan if you qualify. Absolutely go get it because this is money for you. If you have issues about credit, go to Experian.com. Do the boost. The boost is fine. The boost is free. The boost would raise your credit score by 25. You don't have to have a perfect credit score to get an EIDL loan. I'll bring back the EIDL videos if you want me to bring them back, and I'll do them full storm because I want you to go get that money. Because some people say, yeah, I just want free money. I just want really free money. Well, EIDL could be the big difference for you. It absolutely could be the big difference for you. And so with that, what's important to understand as we start the new day is that there's grants out there. There's bonus pay out there. That there will be more bonus pay out there. There's going to be a push by the unions to get the remainder of this bonus pay paid to you. You're going to be seeing a real push by essential workers to say, hey, there's 125,000 new COVID cases in the country. You can't not expect us to work the same way we worked before. You have to give us some additional compensation. And that movement is really going to hit high gear very quickly. Let me go over some incredible questions and comments from yesterday's video. Robert Arnold, why don't they just do a large stimulus check for the people? Lois Watson, he should just give us all $4,000 checks. Monica, yes, let's do it, Purple Power. Let's do it. Good wishes for all of us, America. We need some God bless you, America. Thank you, Monica Andrews. John Beard, the money's like the politicians just sitting around. Jamaica, good evening, Purple Power. LALATE, you rock, says Kelly. Everyone in the Purple Power family. Kathy, good evening, LALATE and Purple Power family. All push, push, push. Let's get the stimulus we're so desperately needed. Amen. Very well said. Hot shot. The way I look at it, it's taking so long, it's going to get to second stimulus since we're owing 5 stimulus packages by now. You say we'll be on the 5th stimulus package. Rebecca, When you collect leaves, make sure you check for critters. Amen. That's the holidays, LA. Karma, Target Big Lots, Walmart, stores you can usually find reef boxes. Karma, sweet potato pie. Tonic, good afternoon, LA and Purple Power family. Robert, I feel like we're back in the Army. Get this done. Hello from Newark, Ohio, says James Hyde. Hello, James Hyde. How are you? Debbie Nisbick, we need a couple $2,000 checks before Christmas. Terry Rose, oh, what a fun it is riding a purple sleigh tonight. That's hysterical. I love that. Terry Joe's always the jokes. Catherine Smith, I love wreaths. Frank, once I did a Yuletide. Nancy, is Mitch still in charge of the Senate? Is tied 48-48. Mitch is in charge. Senate is not tied. Christopher, who got any money to do anything, no matter a dollar or not? James Hyde, thank you, LA. You're awesome. It should be $4,000 a month, retroactive to July 2021. I turned 51 tomorrow. I'm on supplemental income. I've been fighting to get disability since 2005, but I'm staying positive and hanging in there. Purple Power. Well, hello, James Hyde. I love your comments, and thank you for fighting. Never give up. Coming up next is Being a Mitch. As always, stay informed, stay smiling, and save LA for more.